Hi guys, this video is specifically for my buddy in Ireland who's learning about silage this year. Right here are the rapini and yodfa broccoli, which have gone to seed, and what I'm going to put here is a silage clamp. I'm going to build it from scratch. It's going to be a working silage clamp. I'm going to use real grass, dry it down, put it in the clamp, and have it ready for my little model animals by the time winter comes. Boy, this is going to be a fun process. For those of you who don't know what silage is, when it comes to winter, in some parts, there just isn't enough food outside to feed the animals. So what farmers do is they cut their hay or grains, they cut it up, and they put it into a concrete structure called a silage clamp. They roll it flat as they can. They really get it down, get all the air out of it. They cover it very tightly with plastic and with other covers, and then they let it sit. It ferments, and then in the winter time, when there's no food out there, they can still feed their animals. It's a great way to use what you have and make it nutritious and ready to eat. Now, silage can be made in bags as well, but I'm not going to address that this time. I just want to build the silage clamp. I've got some model concrete, and the first thing I need to do is to make sure and prep the soil. Wow. My first activity for today is to mark out my construction area. Now, I don't have a bulldozer and I don't have a scraper. I don't have any of the typical construction equipment, but I really don't need them. What I do have is these. This is going to be my bulldozer, and this is going to be my scraper. Just a shovel and a stirrup hoe. There are some other tools involved too. I'm going to need to know how big to make my construction area. I'm going to need to mark it out. These will help. And I'm going to need to know what's called a slope or a grade. That's because sometimes there can be what's called leachate or liquids coming out of the silage clamp, and I want those to run away from the food I'm creating for my little model animals. So this is going to help me know where my slope is, but I also have to do some math. We'll get to that in a little while. For now, I'm going to dig up the plants that are there and start marking out the area. Here I go. I gotta be careful. My peas are back here. All right. Well, let's take a look. That's when you do it from over here. As long as I don't step on the peas. So, right to here is 1 foot. I think 1 foot is pretty good. Now, how wide do I want to make it? One foot. Here's the front, and here's a good back. 1 foot by 1 foot by 1 foot. I think 1 foot by 1 foot is pretty good. Now I'm gonna have to remember that the sides are gonna take up a bit of room. So I'm gonna have to make sure to add on how big the walls are so that I get a whole foot of space for the silage itself. You're not supposed to fall down. Stay there. We'll stay away from the peas a bit and start it right here. And then right there, and right there. That'll be a good place to start it. There we go. Put it here. And now I need a marker to go right, well, hopefully into the ground. There we go. Here. And here's where I got to start math. So 1 foot plus 3 inches for every side of the silage clamp. So that's going to be 12 plus another 3, 13, 14, 15, plus another 3, 16, 17, 18. Inches. I'm gonna go, so 3 inches is gonna be the side of the clamp, and 3 inches is gonna be the side of the clamp, and I have 1 foot in between. Excellent. Now, 1 foot is right here. Oh, come on, in there. And 1 foot over here. Oh, well, it doesn't look straight. Funny. It doesn't look straight. It kind of looks straight this way. But it doesn't look straight this way. Can you see it? Now, why is that? I can tell you right now, it's because when I went across here, they're actually in line with all. It's actually a very nice little rectangle, but this went down at an angle. So, is that okay? It's not bad, as long as all my sides are the equal numbers away from each other, it's not bad. It's okay. Now, why didn't I add 3 inches to here? Why is this only 12 inches instead of the extra 6 inches inside? Well, that's because the walls are thick on either side. But this area doesn't have to be as thick. This area could be as long as I want it to be. Right now, I think one foot is good enough. Okay, let's talk about slope. The slope just means how far down does it go. I have to measure from the lowest point here to the lowest point here. And I have to make sure that it follows the rules of how far down it should be going. The rules tell me I need to go down 1/4 inch for every foot that I dig. So from here to here, it should go down 1/4 of an inch. That's going to be tough. Sorry, little bugs. You're gonna have to find a new home. There we go. Now, does my initial floor have to be perfect? Not really. But when I put in the slabs of concrete, they need to go, remember, they need to go from here down to here, providing that slope of 1/4 inch. So I'll just try to make this as flat as I can. My bulldozer will help. Now here's something else that I have to be very careful about. We get a lot of rain here in Oregon. So what I'm going to do is wait for later when it's supposed to rain, or I'll turn on the sprinkler, because this area can't move if the water starts to move the soil, I'm going to have to replant it, which is entirely possible. So, how did our soil handle it? Now, it doesn't look bad, does it? But, I do see some dry soil right around here. That means this. Oh, and I can see it sliding down even now. Oh, well, I guess that means I'm going to have to rethink it. I think I'm going to have to take out these kale plants and make a better slope from all the way up there, all the way down here. And that's part of construction, making sure that surrounding ground is going to be stable so that you don't have dirt sliding into your animal food. All right, little kale plants. Come on. I am the crazy plant lady. Oh, it's got some nice roots, doesn't it? Got some nice roots there. There we go. And there, 2. And I'm just going to take this third one. That last one isn't in the way, so I'm going to leave it where it is. 1, 3. There we go. A little big. Let's just take off some of the sand. Take off some of the sand. This way, I don't have to regrow these from seed. I just put them in my container. There we go. There we go. All transplanted and ready to go. I'm gonna get my bulldozer once more. And a scraper. They do leave big holes, don't they? All right. A little better. A little better. Hello.
How are you?
Oh, pretty good. Alrighty. Now that I've got my ground fairly well prepared, I will do a little more work on it. I do still need to, whoops, here we go, don't fall over. There we go. You'll notice my markers have holes, and that's because I want to make sure and mark out the area. There we go. Come on. Nope. Gotta. You need to be a good string. Oh, and dirty knees. Here we go. I'm gonna put these through here and physically mark off the area in which I want to do construction. Sometimes we just need that visual barrier that tells us where we're working. Whoop. Helps if I don't pull those out of the ground. Come on. And there, and there, two, a little further. And there, and there, and there, and there. Now I can cut it. Right there. There we go. And there. There. And this area is completely for construction of the new silage clamp. You know, I just had a thought for this area too, but that's going to be a project for down the road. All right, tomorrow is another day.
Love